Hi, it's Kevin May from PhocusWire, joined here by Papatla. You're the Vice President of Global Experiences of Booking.com. We've spoken before. Yes. It's very nice to have you here in the PhocusWire studio. Okay, so it's 1 year on now for the, I guess, officially Booking.com experiences. Have the aspirations changed in any way for what you're trying to do over the course of the year based on what's been happening?
Yeah, great to see you again. Aspirations have only gotten bigger.
Okay.
So this has been really interesting. The last year, we've moved to about 150 destinations. We've learned a lot about payments, customer service, redemption on the phone. We're building a lot more things from our booking branded companies such as OpenTable for food, Booking Go for transport, thinking way beyond activities, and really trying to make sure the friction for the traveler is reduced and they can put their phone away and enjoy the travel.
So what are the aspirations now?
Yeah, the aspirations really is to think about, can we really be focused on, building a consumer experience that has choice, that has all things travel, and we've talked about this a couple of times, this notion of a trip, where we think that we have all the assets to really help our customers, get more from their destination in a digital sense, and we can be that enabler to help them get more. Okay. A quick example is, like our customers in China, our Booking.com customer going to China with our strategic partnership in Didi can actually use the Booking app to hail a car in China. And that's the coolest thing we can do. And, those are the things we're talking about when we talk about aspirations.
Okay. So you bought one vendor.
Yeah.
You're partnering with others. One has been announced so far in Resdi. Why the difference in strategy?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think there's no difference in strategy. We're super solid in our strategy. Our strategy starts with a customer choice, right? When customers tell us they want something, we make sure that we're working hard to get the choice.
Are you talking customers as in suppliers or customers as in
B2C
consumers?
end consumers
Yep.
want something. We make sure that we are able to fulfill that choice. Turns out in some cases, we have a direct relationship with the supply. In many cases, they're coming through Fair Harbor. In other cases, we do contract with a partner directly, but they may be using a reservation software that actually may be, the best thing for them to connect back to us. So instead of having to jump through multiple hoops, we actually directly work with like a Resdi, for example, right? Yeah. So, but we still contract with the partner, right? Okay. We still make sure that we're super genuine about availability, pricing, customer service, payments, but we actually are able to get one step closer to the partner or the supplier through a reservation software.
So it wasn't because there were gaps in Fair Harbor's inventory that you needed to work with others, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are gaps because Fair Harbor it was a predominantly North America focused.
Right.
Now they're getting European focused, and they also have a base in Australia. Of course, there is a gap, but it doesn't mean they'll cover the entire world in a swoop. They're obviously working hard.
Right.
But Fair Harbor also has very good at certain types of selection. We want to make sure that we're focused on that selection. Keep in mind, Fair Harbor is more than just a reservation software. They actually are about transforming the life of a partner from a manual to a digital sense. So they take a massive responsibility for the partner's success.
So how many more other Resdis, for example, do you think you're going to need to partner with?
Yeah, I think the world is a big place, and we have a lot of customers in demand. So there are more to come. That's the only announcement I'll make today, because really we're looking at we have a very high bar, right? Our bar is in terms of the quality of the catalog, the quality of the customer experience, the transparency in pricing, the doorstep experience. So we care about those things. So not many partners actually meet that expectation. So as partners meet and as we have a supply gap, we'll definitely work with such partners.
Okay, and the integration on one hand is great. So I'll be very open. I use Booking.com to book a hotel fairly regularly. And I get those emails that say, and you now need to think about booking the Heineken Museum, et cetera, et cetera. How is that going to change so that the integration of those suggestions is in a different spot in the booking flow, or even as a standalone site within a standalone part of Booking.com, do you think?
Yeah, I was really praying you'll ask me this question all day, because I have an answer finally.
You asked me
the same question last year.
I asked you the same question.
Yeah, so
I thought if I rephrased it,
No. So it's great. Thank you. So again, just for the background, we've been focused on making sure that the partner experience is first, really solid. And we've just announced today that we're open sort of 10 destinations where you can book without a hotel accommodation. There's no things to do tab yet. but we're really competitive in sort of the search arena through Google and performance marketing, where typing things to do in Amsterdam will land us to us as the first placement, and we're doing that in many cities. We're trying different treatments. So that's the first test we're doing in terms of opening up to the world, where you can directly book. Of course, if you're a booking customer, as soon as you log in, you can choose your preferred method of payment, and makes it really easy. But we're there now. Now it's a matter of building on the same foundation that we built, whether we do different discovery points, whether we partner with others. We'll look at those use cases.
Okay. So one of the things that came up in Las Vegas when we were talking, not in our conversation, but generally the chatter at the conference, was standards. Mm-hmm. So standards have helped the hotel industry, some kind of uniformity between suppliers and intermediaries. There aren't really any standards in tours and activities. So first part, do you think there should be? And two, which organizations should be helping come up with some standards?
Yeah, I'm actually really bullish on making sure that we have standards. And I'll personally push the industry to make sure that we have standards. We think we're taking a very big step in making sure that we have standards. We have a fantastic guidelines document and a taxonomy for how we think about the tours and activities. We've been very transparent about what is required through the taxonomy for all our partners, all our reservations and managers.
Right, but these are standards that Booking.com has. Yeah. Do you think there should be industry-wide standards?
Absolutely, that's where I was going.
How do we get there?
Yeah, I think it's not. We've done that in the world of software and digitization in many industries.
Yeah.
I think all of us, from TripAdvisor to Expedia to Booking and many other players, should get together and form a consortium. Right, I'll be happy to push for that, because I do think that having standards across the industry will only help our partners, because they're struggling with multiple different entry forms, many different mobile phones to redeem tickets, and struggling with reconciling their catalog across all these platforms. I think we should all thrive towards great partner experience, and then we can differentiate on other value-added items.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, fairly interesting amounts of funding going into multi-day tour companies. You don't do multi-day tours at the moment. One, why is that? And if do you sense that that's probably something that you would have to consider at some point?
Yeah. So the first investment, I think I welcome that. I'm actually very excited that the space is getting invested. It's no longer just the 5 million, 10 million, it's a triple-digit million. I love that, because I think that's a big testament to the market saying that, the graph of the users and the activity of the users and the trail and the breadcrumbs of the users that they're leaving in destination is super relevant from a data perspective. Mm-hmm. That data can be used to build new products. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened in e-commerce. That's what happened in banking industry.
Yep.
Right, like our fintech industry has been born. So I love that part. I think for us, the way we think about tours versus multi-day trips or multi-leg is really what we call the concept of a book window versus a concept of how long do people stay in destination. Right, we're really focused right now on the 2 to 4 day trips, right, and we're really making sure that the 2 to 4 day trip is actually really enjoyable for our customers. And we have to learn a lot in terms of a multi-day trip beyond 4 days, where they probably take a day trip outside, or they're combining things. I think we're just getting started. I wouldn't say a specific timeline. We're testing different things in different markets, so expect to hear from us soon on this.
So, because you would know that they're staying for 5 days, you could feasibly do a 3-day tour up the Nile or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been very fortunate, because obviously we're sitting on a huge vast of demand data with our customers obviously telling us who they are.
I think huge is an understatement.
And then how long they're staying, where are they coming from, when did they book, how much time are we giving us, so that we can really figure out availability and set that expectation as well. So we've been pretty fortunate. So with that, we've been able to spin up this sort of massive geographic coverage. I think now we need to step back and think about, can we package them? Can we bundle them? Can we really think about a multi-day trip for couples versus families? So those are things to follow.
Okay, Ram Papatla, as always, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.